Hello, my dear students. A very good morning to everyone. So, let's continue our syllabus after the revision of first term exams. I hope all the chapters are quite clear to you. So, today we'll deal with chapter 6, the further part of our syllabus, and the name of the chapter is My Childhood. My Childhood, written by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So, Dr. Kalam, you know very well, you have studied in a newspaper also, you have studied in science also, his inventions and all. So it's a very well known name for India, Dr. Kalam. So now see, before you read, can you think of any scientist who have also been statesman? Statesman means politician, a person who is in power. Fine. So can you think of any scientist? Now there are some, but the first name that come in our mind is Dr. Kalam. APJ Abdul Kalam, whose project in space, defense and nuclear technology guided India into the 21st century, became our 11th president in 2002. So he was a great scientist, he was an intellectual minded man, I will say, and he was our 11th president in 2002, and he was a good teacher also, student. He used to give lectures to the students, and he was a fantastic orator. He used to speak very influentially. In his autobiography Wings of Fire, he has written one book, autobiography Wings of Fire. He speaks of his childhood, and this is a small part of that book, a very small incident that happened in his childhood. That's why this is entitled as My Childhood. So whose childhood has been described here? Dr. Kalam's childhood. So now see what kind of child he was, what he has done. Was he ordinary like us, or what other things he did? Let's start. I was born into a middle class Tamil family in the island town of Rameshwaram in the erstwhile Madras state. So he's saying I was born in middle class Tamil family. So he was not so rich. His family was very middle class, and where he was born, Rameshwaram, Madras state. My father, Janulabadin, had neither much formal education nor much wealth. So he's saying my father was neither so much educated nor he was so much wealthy. Despite these disadvantages, he possessed great innate wisdom. Innate means inborn, and true generosity of spirit. Though he was not wealthy, though he was not very much educated, but he was having a great common sense. He was very understandable. He was very intelligent person. He had an ideal helpmate in my mother, Ashiama. So he was having a perfect life partner, a very sporting one, Dr. Kalam's mother, Ashiama. I don't recall the exact number of people she fed every day. Now his mother was so humble that he even can't exactly count that how many people she used to feed every day to give food. But I am quite certain that far more outsiders ate with us than all the members of our own family put together. But from his childhood, he has seen that his mother used to feed outsiders more than his family members. More than in the family members means the total number of family members were less who used to dine with them as compared to the outsiders. I was one of many children. Now why he is saying many children? Because in earlier people used to have 7 to 8 children, 10, 11, 12 also. So he is dealing with those days. So I was one of many children, a short boy with rather undistinguished looks, very ordinary looking, born to tall and handsome parents. He's saying that my parents were tall and my mother was beautiful, my father was handsome, but I was short heighted and very ordinary looking. We lived in our ancestral house. Ancestral house means his grandfather used to live in that house, which was built in the middle of the 19th century. It was fairly large pakka house made of limestone and bricks on the Mosque Street in Rameshwaram. So this is the address. That house was a pakka house, because during those days in India many people used to have this kacha house. Fine. So their house was located on the Mosque Street in Rameshwaram. My austere father, austere is simple, strict. Fine. Very simple and strict on some things. My austere father used to avoid all unessential comforts and luxuries. So his father always provided them very basic facilities of life. However, all necessities were provided for in terms of food, medicine, or clothes. In fact, I would say mine was a very secure childhood, both materially and emotionally. So he's saying that though I was not having much luxuries of life, but yes, my childhood was good as materially and emotionally, because he was having good parents, concerned parents. Now see, the Second World War broke out in 1939. When he was a child, Second World War broke out. And what was the time? It was 1939. It means India was not independent even at that time. When I was 8 years old, when he was only 8 years old. So here you are having the birth year of Dr. Kalam, that is 1931. For reasons I have never been able to understand, a sudden demand for terminate seeds erupted in the market. Now he's saying, when I was 8 year old, the Second World War broke out, and I was not able to realize why all of a sudden the demand of terminate seed has been increased in the market. अब इसको मैं आपको थोड़ा हिंदी में ज़रूर समझाना चाहूँगी. टर्मिनेंट सीड्स होते हैं इमली. फाइन. इमली, और ये वर्ल्ड वॉर के दौरान इमली की डिमांड बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गई थी. क्यों बढ़ गई थी? क्योंकि इमली के दानों को सुखाकर उसका पेस्ट, गन पाउडर बनाया जाता था, जो लड़ाई में यूज़ होता था. तो यही रीज़न था कि मार्केट में इसकी बहुत ज़्यादा डिमांड जो थी वो बढ़ गई थी. आई होप दिस इज़ क्लियर टू यू. I used to collect the seeds and sell them to provision shop on Mosque Street. So everybody was, busy in collecting these seeds, because as much as they will collect, more money they will get. A day's collection would fetch me the princely sum of 1 anna. So 1 anna, at that time it means a lot for children. So a day's collection, they used to get that much of money by selling those terminate seeds in the market. My brother-in-law Jalauddin would tell me stories about the World War, which I would later attempt to trace the headlines in Dinamani. Dinamani is the name of a newspaper. So his brother-in-law, why 8-year children was having brother-in-law? This was the time when child marriages were done. Fine. So he used to tell Dr. Kalam about the World War, and later on, when he started reading newspaper, then he used to read headlines in that. Our area, being isolated, was completely unaffected by the war, but soon India was forced to join the allied forces, and something like a state of emergency was declared. But when India was forced by the Britishers to join the army, to join their side for the World War, all of a sudden a state of emergency was declared in the country. The first casualty came in the form of suspension of the train halt at the Rameshwar station. So first thing that affected them during World War was that the train suspended to stop at the Rameshwaram station. The newspaper now had to be bundled and thrown out from the moving train of the Rameshwaram road between Rameshwaram and Dhanukodi. So what he was doing, he also sold newspaper during his childhood. So he has to just make a bundle of the newspaper and throw inside the train. That forced my cousins Samsuddin, who distributed newspaper in Rameshwaram, to look for a helping hand to catch the bundles, and as if naturally I filled the slot. So Dr. Kalam helped his cousin brother in doing all these things. Samsuddin helped me on my first wages. Half a century later, I can still feel the surge of pride in earning my own money for the first time. So Dr. Kalam is saying that now I'm imagining that how much satisfied I was when I first earned my wages. Now see, very interesting scene will occur here. Every child is born with some inherited characteristics into a specific social, economic, and emotional environment and trained in certain ways by figure of authority. I inherited honesty and self discipline from my father, from my mother. I inherited faith in goodness and deep kindness, and so did my three brothers and sisters. So here he is telling us that what he has learned from his family. He has learned from his family kindness and helping nature for others. I had three close friends in my childhood: Ramananda Sastri, Arvindan, and Siv Prakashan. So, as the name indicates, all the three were Hindu and Dr. Kalam was a Muslim. All these boys were from Orthodox Hindu Brahman family. As children, none of us ever felt any difference amongst ourselves because of our religious differences and upbringing. In fact, Ramanand Sastri was the son of Pakshi Lakshman Sastri, the high priest of the Rameshwar temple. So one of his friend was the son of a priest of a famous Rameshwaram temple. Later he took over the priesthood of Rameshwar temple from his father, and later he started working at the place of his father. Now the second friend, Arvinandan, went into the business of arranging transport for visiting pilgrims Tirth. So he was busy in his family business, and Siv Prakashan became a catering contractor for the Southern Railways. So all these three were busy, and our Dr. Kalam was a what he became? He became a scientist. During the annual Sri Sita Ramayan Kalyanam ceremony, our family used to arrange boats with a special platform for carrying idols of the Lord from the temple to the marriage sites. So his family was doing a very small business of carrying these statues, idols, fine, and they used to make boats for that. Where I am, situated in the middle of the pond called Ram Tirth, which was near our house. Events from the Ramayana and from the life of the prophet were the bedtime stories my mother and grandmother would tell the children in our family. Now, see, you can understand the nature of his family. What a beautiful family he was having. Though he was a Muslim, but his mother and grandmother used to tell him the stories of Lord Rama, bedtime stories. So, how beautiful example this is of integrity. One day when I was in 5th standard at the Rameshwara Elementary School, a new teacher came to our class. I used to wear a cap which marked me as a Muslim, and I always sat in the front row next to Ramanand Sastri, who wore the sacred thread. Now this sacred thread is Janeu that Brahman people used to wear, and our Dr. Kalam was wearing a cap which is a symbol of Muslim religion. The new teacher couldn't stomach a Hindu priest's son sitting with a Muslim boy. Now this new teacher was having a ill mindset. He was not able to digest this fact that a Hindu priest's son is sitting with a Muslim boy. At that time, this casteism was very much prevailing in India. In accordance with our social ranking, as the new teacher saw it, I was asked to go and sit on the back bench. So the teacher changed their seat. He asked him to sit at the last bench. I felt very sad, and so did Ramanand Sastri. So both the friends were very much, disappointed, heartened. He looked utterly downcast as I shifted to my seat in the last row. The image of him weeping when I shifted to the last row left a lasting impression on me. So Ramanand Sastri started weeping when his best friend Dr. Kalam was sent at the last bench. So what happened next? After school, we went home and told our respective parents about the incident. Lakshman Sastri summoned the teacher and in our presence told the teacher that he should not spread the poison of social inequality and communal intolerance in the minds of innocent children. So, the father of Ramanand Sastri called the teacher and scolded very badly, not to discriminate the student according to their religion. He bluntly asked the teacher to either apologize or quit the school and the island. Not only did the teacher regret his behavior, but the strong sense of conviction Lakshman Sastri conveyed ultimately reformed the young teacher. So the teacher realized his mistake and he apologized for that. Fine. Now come to the eighth point. On the whole, the small society of Rameshwaram was very rigid in terms of segregation of different social groups. So, in Rameshwaram, there were many social groups. However, my science teacher, Siva Subramaniam Iyer, these are the names that we generally find in South India, though an orthodox Brahmin with a very conservative wife, was something of a rebel. So at that time, when Dr. 1940s, 1945s, that this religious difference was very much prevailing. A Muslim will be with Muslim only and Hindu will be with Hindu only. Fine. But Dr. Kalam was having one teacher whose name was Subramaniam Iyer, and his wife was very much orthodox. Orthodox will say that a person who strictly follows his rules and regulations. So he was different. Subramaniam Iyer was different. Why? Now see what happened. He did his best to break social barriers so that people from varying backgrounds could mingle easily. So this teacher used to do one thing or another to make people just uh, I will say that just to forgive this difference of religions. Fine, I am not getting the exact word for this. I hope you understood it. He used to spend hours with me and would say, Kalam, I want you to develop so that you are on par with the highly educated people of the big cities. So, sometimes it happens a teacher gets connected with a student or a student gets very much connected with a teacher. So, this Subramaniam Iyer used to tell Dr. Kalam, I want you to touch the sky so that you can work with the highly educated people of the big cities. One day, he invited me to his home for meal. Fine. His wife was horrified at the idea of a Muslim boy being invited to dine in her ritually pure kitchen. His wife doesn't like all these things. What she thought that how I will allow a Muslim boy to sit in my kitchen and dine. She refuses to serve me in her kitchen. Subramaniam Iyer was not perturbed, nor did he get angry with his wife, but instead served me with his own hands. So this teacher, he was not angry with his wife because this was the situation at that time, but he was so kind that he offered food to Dr. Kalam by his own and sat down beside me to eat his meal. His wife watched us from behind the kitchen door. I wondered whether she had observed any difference in the way I ate rice, drank water, or cleaned the floor after the meal. When I was leaving his house, Subramaniam Iyer invited me to join him for dinner again the next weekend. So he received the invitation again for the next week from his teacher. Observing my hesitation, now he was hesitated. Why he was hesitated? Because he felt embarrassed that his wife doesn't that he should come and dine with them. He told me not to get upset. What he said, once you decide to change the system, such problems have to be confronted. So teacher said, if you want to change the system, then you have to bear something. When I visited his house the next week, Siva Subramaniam Iyer's wife took me inside her kitchen and served me food with his own hands. Now next week, while he was a little hesitated that how his wife will react, he was shocked that she was a completely changed persona. She took Kalam into her kitchen and gave food to him. Then the Second World War was over and India's freedom was imminent. India will build their own India, declared Gandhiji. Now India got freedom. The whole country was filled with an unprecedented optimism. I asked my father for permission to leave Rameshwaram and study at the district headquarters in Ramnathpuram. So, for higher studies, he asked permission for his father to go. He told me as if thinking aloud, and what his father replied, Abul, I know you have to go away to grow. Does the seagull not fly across the sun alone and without a nest? So his father agreed and he said that yes, you should go and you should fly. He quoted Khalil Gibran to my hesitant mother, but his mother was little hesitant. But his father somehow convinced. What he said, your children are not your children. They are the son and daughters of life longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. So, how beautiful his father convinced his mother. He said that you can't control your children. Let them fly. Let them do. Let them to serve their nation. Let them live their life by their own. Let them develop their thoughts. So this is the chapter, a small part of the complete book Wings of Fire, written by Dr. Abul Kalam. So nothing is there, student. Very interesting episodes have been discussed here. First, how he was, what he was doing at the first, the school incident, friends, how the new teacher was discriminating students according to religions, fine. And second, the incident when his Subramaniam Iyer teacher asked him to dine with them and how his wife reacted on the situation. So these two three incidents are described here.